Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be playing some Diablo 3, and I'm going to be showing you how to get the Staff of Herding, which allows you to get into the Easter egg level known as Whimsyshire, also known as the Pony level. In order to get the Staff of Herding, you're going to need to be collecting certain items that are dropped by only certain enemies throughout the game. And the best way to go about this is to go through adventure mode, but for one of the items you're going to need, it is best to go select campaign, then change the quest in Act 1 to Imprisoned Angel, and start at just the beginning quest here. Click OK, and start the game. Alright, and the items we're going to need are the Black Mushroom, the Leoric Shinbone, Wirt's Bell, Liquid Rainbow, a Gibbering Gemstone, and the plans themselves for Staff of Herding. And the item that's easiest to find by going through the specific act that we already chose is the Leoric Shinbone. So once you're in the game, click on New Waypoint and just click on Leoric's Manor. Once you get to Leoric's Manor, you're going to want to look for a specific fireplace. It's the only spot Leoric Shinbone will ever spawn. And what's unfortunate about all the items that are going to be dropped and found, they have a low percentage chance to even spawn, so there are times that you're going to want to that you won't even find them. So this place where Leoric Shinbone should spawn is at this fireplace right here, and for me on the first try I didn't even spawn, so if this happens you would have to leave the game and go in again and continuously do that until you find the Leoric Shinbone. Then once you find it, you always have it. So I'm going to leave the game and go into adventure mode because it would be the easiest way to find the rest of the items. You only need to go to that specific act for Leoric's Shinbone, but for the rest of them it's best to just go through adventure mode and go through the specific acts one by one. Go to adventure mode. Alright, once you're in adventure mode, we're going to be going after the Black Mushroom, and that is only found in Act 1. And inside Act 1, you're going to want to go to Cathedral Level 1. Alright, once you're in Cathedral Level 1, there are many different spots the Black Mushrooms can spawn, but the spots that I've have the most luck with are in these little corner rooms, and usually into these corners or by a bookshelf. They're going to look like a pile of black mushrooms, and they'll have glowing stars around them, so they're pretty obvious that you can pick them up, and when you hover over them you'll get the action to pick them up. They'll probably look like candles. You might get mistaken for a pile of candles being those black mushrooms. And if you don't find them right away, you'll just have to, like with all the other items that are going into the Staff of Herding, you're going to have to leave the game and go back in and continuously try until you find them. Alright, so that's all the items in Act 1. And for the next items, you're going to need to go to Act 2. And first one you're going to want to go to is in the Hidden Camp. And this is one of the easiest ones you'll ever get. It's Wirt's Bell, and you get it from a vendor that's always here in town, so all you need is 100,000 gold and you'll be able to buy it. Once in Act 2, the vendor that sells Wirt's Bell is called Squirt the Peddler, and you're going to want to go to Miscellaneous, and there's Wirt's Bell right there for 100,000 gold. Okay, for the next item in Act 2 is going to be Liquid Rainbow, and Liquid Rainbow is also an item that has a rare chance of spawning, but in order to find it you're going to want to go to the Dalgur Oasis. Once you're in the Oasis, you're going to want to go all the way down over here, and that's where you got the chance of having Liquid Rainbow spawning. once you made it all the way down here, this is where the area Liquid Rainbow will occasionally spawn. This area will never change. It only matters on the spawn rate and how lucky you are. Usually there's a guy that you'll have to protect, and once you protect him, he'll open this doorway, and this will lead you through a dungeon, and you'll get the chest that Liquid Rainbow is in. For the next one, you're going to have to go to Act 3, to the Bridge of Corsic. Once you're at the Bridge of Corsic, you're going to want to look for the cave entrance labeled the Caverns of Frost, which is a randomly spawning cave inside the Fields of Slaughter. And if you don't get the Caverns of Frost, you're going to have to leave the game and come back in and go through it and try to find it again. Like I got Icefall Caves, I would have to leave the game, come back in, and search for another cave that hopefully says the Caverns of Frost. And this can either spawn right here, over here, and at the top, and then over at the right. You have to wait until you get the Caverns of Frost, and once you get into the Caverns of Frost, you're going to want to go through them and clear out all the enemies and try to find the enemy called Chiltara, which is also a rare spawning enemy inside the Caverns of Frost. And even if you find Chiltara and kill him, there is a low drop rate that you will find the next item called the Gibbering Gemstone, which is dropped by Chiltara. So you have to go through that entire process over and over, but once you do, you'll never have to do it again. This is one of the most difficult and time-consuming ones because you're trying to find a rare cave and a rare enemy inside the cave and hoping that he drops a rare item. But for Act 3, that's all you need to do is go to the Bridge of Corsic. And for the last item you're going to need is in Act 5, which is the plans themselves for the Staff of Herding. And for that, you need to defeat a boss, which is always spawned. And in order to get to them, you're going to have to go to the Silver Spire level 1 and work your way through that. Alright, once you're in the Silver Spire level 1, you're going to want to go through here until you find the exit. So I'll go and search for that. Alright, once you find the exit, it'll be known as the Great Span. Once you're in the Great Span, it's a straight shot to the boss. So once you kill him, like, he didn't drop it for me, so if I didn't already have it, I would have to leave the game and come back and go through all that again, continuously fight this boss until he drops it. Once you do get it, you just need to go to a hometown, and once you're in the hometown, get all the items you need, which is the Black Mushroom, the Orc Shinbone, Wort Spell, Liquid Rainbow, Gibbering Gemstone, and the Plan for Staff of Herding. And you're going to want to go to the blacksmith and teach him the Plan of Staff of Herding. Once you do that, go Forge Weapons. Once you're in Forge Weapons, go down to until you find bows or staffs. Excuse me. Click on staff, and you'll see you'll need all these items and 50,000 gold to create it. Alright, when you have all these items in the 50,000, click on Craft, and you should have Staff of Herding. The Staff of Herding, you're going to want to go back to Act 1 and to New Tristram. Once in New Tristram, you're going to want to go to the Old Tristram Road, and to get there, you're going to want to go all the way over here and click on this gate called New Tristram. Right, once you get into the Old Tristram Road, just follow it up until you get to this little section here, and if you have the Staff of Herding in your inventory, the ghost of the Cow King should appear, and just talk to him. Once you go through the conversation, the ravine right next to him will turn into rainbow colors, and once you're in, you'll be taken to Whimsyshire, and instead of all the demons and any other enemies that normal Diablo has, you'll be fighting unicorns, teddy bears, and flowers. So even though you're still fighting unicorns and flowers and teddy bears, it still has all the gore and everything that Diablo's. The Horadric Hamburger and the Spectrum Sword. And the Horadric Hamburger is, like it says, it's literally just a hamburger used as a dagger, and the Spectrum Sword is just a sword that has rainbow feathering coming out of it. And so if you're a completionist and you want to get these items, you'll only be able to get them through Whimsyshire. So that's how you get to Whimsyshire and all the items you need. Like I said, if you don't find any items right away, you're going to have to continuously leave the game, come back in, and continuously try it. But eventually, you should get lucky enough to have it drop. And once you do, you get to go to this fun place and fight some unicorns and teddy bears and have some happy clouds. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.